on everyone, my name is Northy, and today we are going through the Teamcoach website once again. Like I said, once per week now for this one, but this one's a good one. We managed to get ourselves a good week this week. We can go through our results and have a look, of course, because I'm doing this before the first game of the round starts. Good on me, I guess, but nonetheless, I am very excited to see what are we looking at for the upcoming week. I've got a few updates here and there as well, but I'm really excited to show you guys what I've got in store for you. But nonetheless, if you enjoy what you see today, be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Everything is always very, very much appreciated, and I hope you guys can take a little bit from this one because last week was a bit of a meh video, not many results to look at, not many things to look at in terms of upcoming games, but this week we've got it all, so really keen to show you guys. So here we are on the main page for Teamcoach. It's been a bit of a grind to try and get this completed because the website is slow compared to last year. Much slower. So hopefully that'll fix itself up as the year goes on. But first thing you can see claim your prize cards. We've got a #1 over Star Powers. So really happy to go and notice that when I got the email about winning a prize card, so very happy about it, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more as the week goes on. But yeah, from Star Powers, so gives you the result for one of them at the very least. But I want to start off in a different way this week. We're going to go Team Coach tips to start off because we didn't really get to get a good look at it last week, so I'm going to make sure we get a better look at it this week so you can see which teams I tipped and how we ended up doing. So you can see this is round 6. This is what we have on offer, but you check the ladder and you will have a look that we managed to get 6, which didn't put us too high on the season points, but in the round 5 points, it was much worse. Only 3 people with perfect weeks. At the moment, it looks like if you can get a perfect week, it goes well for you. So that's our, I guess, only way of getting ourselves a big prize card week, but hopefully we can manage to get one some week. That would be pretty cool. I'm not really good at tipping, so we can only do fingers crossed. Yeah, last week managed to get the 6 though, and we've got 28 so far for the season. Obviously, many more people doing much better than me, so hopefully we can figure that out eventually. What annoys me the most is it doesn't show you what tips you put in. It just shows you how many you got right, and that's what I liked about last year's. This year, it's literally, you can't review how you went, you just have to try and remember who you tipped. It just gives you the points, and I don't like that. I really wish it did change up, so we're going to ignore it for the moment, but let's have a look at the games happening tonight. So Brisbane versus Collingwood. Oh, the more and more I think about it, the more I'm swinging Collingwood's way. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to do it. Collingwood, enjoy. You may let me down. We'll find out. We've got North versus Carlton as well. And I have been on a bit of a Carlton hater train, so I'm going to go North this one. I shouldn't, but here we are. We've got West Coast versus Essendon. I have been on an Essendon hater train, but West Coast haven't been playing well enough for me to pick them, so we're going Essendon. Melbourne versus Fremantle. Fremantle should be taking this one at the MCG, I believe. Adelaide versus GWS. Both really good sides and could honestly go either way. I am leaning towards Adelaide. I think they're going to take this one. Richmond versus Gold Coast. This should be pretty easy. Sydney versus Port. 2 very different games last week for these guys, so we'll find out whether Port's game was a fluke or not. Sydney or Port. I am going to go Sydney as it's at the SCG. We're going to go Dogs and St Kilda next, and I am going St Kilda for this one. Dogs, very good at middling out. I think they may have bonked back this week, but St Kilda, they have a really good way of doing that middling out battle, so I think they can win this one. So I'm at the other way. The Dogs have a really good way of balancing it out, and I think they're 2-2. They could be 3-2. I can't remember, but they are bound to balance out, and I think this could be it. St Kilda could take this one. Geelong and Hawthorn, I mean, this is probably the best clash of a game I can ever imagine. Easter Monday as well. Hawthorn off of their first loss of the season, a very surprising one, and Geelong off one of their biggest wins in a really long time. This is going to be such a good game, and I'm honestly going Geelong's way. I'm really thinking Geelong could take it. So there's entertaining games all around, man. It's so nice to see so many good games, and hopefully we can do well. I've taken a few risks here and there, and maybe it pays off for me. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we go 9-9 and life is good. We'll find out. But let's move on to Fantasy Forecast. Now, Fantasy Forecast, I wanted to do this one live because I wanted to do a bit of a test this week. Obviously, last week, we only put in the Tristan Sherry code. I do not have a Tristan Sherry code this week. You can see, though, total margin overall was 48. Total margin was 48. Overall rank was 39. So, what that means is we want to get ourselves in that top rank in order to get ourselves the best chance at a prize card. But my main experiment, I want to put multiple in. I'm not sure if people have already found this out. Let me know in the comments as well if you have. But if you put multiple in, Does it count for all of them? So we're going to find that out in a sec. For example, we're going to go Jordan Dawson. We've got 2 of them. We'll use one of them for this sake. I like that they double up. Jordan Dawson, last round 118, averaging 111. Last round 31 disposals. He is up against GWS. So that could be a really good one. We're going to even it out at 30. I think he can get 30 disposals. Let's say, and against a team like this, probably less marks. Tackles could be high, so we're going to go up on the tackles. Do we think he could kick a goal? Yeah, honestly, I reckon he could. So add another one there, and then we're going to try and think of an overall tally here because we don't want to make it impossible, right? So 30 disposals could go either way. The best he could get is 90 from that, but I don't think he'll get that high. Let's say he evens out at 75. Marks will be +3 each, so that makes it 12. Tackles, I believe, are +4, so that's 24. And a goal, that should make it, if I am not mistaken, unless he does any free kicks against. So 30 disposals is, yeah, we said 75. 87 with the 4 marks, 111 with the tackles, and a goal is 117. I'm going to say he gives away a free kick and gives us 114. So that's what I'm going with. That's my thought process. Hopefully we do all right, but if we enter that one in, once you save your forecast, you cannot use this code again. Okay, we can do that. Saving that, after the conclusion, you can check your ranking and past results. Can we put in another? It would be really cool if we can. Who can we do? Darcy Cameron, we've got 2 of his. Beautiful. Gives ourselves a chance with the Collingwoods. And this one's good because hit-outs. Hit-outs are a big thing. So, we're going to say his overall fan... We'll leave that for the moment. Averaging a lot of disposals. He's up against Oscar McInerney, which could make it difficult in hit-outs. But disposals, I reckon he'll be okay. Let's go just above average. In marks, McInerney could make it tough, and there's tall players all around. So, I think we're going to go 5 still. Tackles, we'll go 4 for that one. And he could kick a goal, but obviously with Ruckman, the better thing is we can do a lot of the hit-outs. Hit-outs are definitely one that you can kind of play around with and almost make up margin. So, not too bad. So, he's averaging a lot. Against Oscar, he could have another good one. I think 110 is probably a safer bet, though. We'll find out. We'll find out if he does dominate McInerney or if not. But, I mean, I'm more just interested to see if this test works. And it looks like it does. Do we have another Dawson? No. No, that's really good. That's actually really, really good. Okay, I'm happy with that because I think that means we can put multiple in. So I'll stick with that for the moment. We won't go any more, but we definitely have multiples that we can go through here and there that I reckon could be really good fun. So we'll see how it turns out. And of course, more codes that I can put in over the weeks will give us more chances at winning the prize card. So what we've got an Adelaide and a Collingwood fantasy forecast in at the moment. No Norths this week, unfortunately, but we can live. We'll be all right. And we'll have a look as to what we can do in the future. But that is what we are going with for the fantasy forecast. And we'll move on to our actual game modes. All right, the beauty of the actual game modes this week, I have officially unlocked every single team now. We are not held back by anything. So if we search by team, you can see every single one has players from Western Bulldogs all the way up to the Adelaide Crows. We can use every single team. There is no team we can't use. So there's a positive. We no longer are held back. Sometimes that could be good though, because then you don't end up picking players who have bad games, but having a lot of choice always makes things a lot easier. This week though, we are going with Lachie Whitfield again. He's had some really, really good weeks, and against Adelaide, he will definitely be needed in that back line. Depending on who he plays on is how he will play, but Lachie Whitfield has consistently got his hands on the ball, been involved in the play. I don't imagine it's going to be any different this week. Next, we've got Sam Walsh in the midfield. He's come off a fantastic game against the West Coast Eagles, and he comes up against North again this week. So there's all the chance in the world he can have himself another good game. For my sake, I hope he does well, but North win. But Sam Walsh can definitely play well. Darcy Cameron is going in instead of Sherry. Sherry's had a few bad weeks, and he is coming up against TDK. Obviously, just TDK, so when he does switch out, Sherry could have himself some really, really good points. But Darcy Cameron has been really consistent this year and is so far the best ruckman. So, what does that mean? I'm going to test him. I'm going to see whether it's worth it. And obviously, we've got him in our fantasy forecast too. So, lots of hope in Darcy Cameron this week. And then Rankin stays in too. He's been a fantastic forward option. He's been getting himself midfield minutes. If we sort by last round, he was second. We sort by season average, he is third. Lots of really good things to look at when it comes to Isaac Rankin, and he can absolutely do it again this week. So this is what my top 4 is looking like. If we have a look at the ladder for top 4, you can see we were right on 400 points for the round. And if we check last round in total, we were ranked 64. So we need to get to top 10. Top 10 is a very, very tough one. We were only 19 points away as well. So a few points here and there. If we can get everyone having a good game, that's fantastic. I think we had Merritt in last week. Merritt had a fantastic game, but Sherry not having a great one. I think Whitfield did okay. Rankin was below 100 though. I think Sherry was the main reason we didn't get over 100 points or over 400 points. We got it right on. So we need to make sure everyone has a great game, and I think all of them can. Really hopeful this works out for me. I really, really do. I'm just in the habit of consistently saving my team at the moment. 18 star. This one is why I was so happy that I have options to all of the teams now, because I can just sort by average and kind of look from there. St Kilda's backline have been having fantastic seasons. Jack Sinclair and Nasiah Wanganeen-Millera. Breakout season for him. Sinclair has been on another level. They've both been fantastic this season, so they were locks for me. Whitfield, again, as you saw, he had to be in with how he's been playing. Sheasel, we're still keeping him in, despite having all the options, because Sheasel has been getting himself some midfield minutes and still been putting points on the board, so that's always good to see. And Zorko as well. High up there on the averages, if I do remember. Yeah, very high up on the average, so really, really good of a choice there for us. Very nice that we've got Brisbane finally. That was one we didn't have. Dacos is in the midfield. He had himself a fantastic week last week. Merritt stays in, of course. If he's had a good one last week, we can reward him with another week. Dunkley is in. I think this one was purely based off of season average, because I think I remember taking out all the midfielders here because I wanted to make sure I picked the right ones. Sam Walsh is in there, and so is Jordan Dawson. But these guys are all capable of fantastic games. I just need it to all melt into the one. Hopefully things go well. Forward line. Isaac Rankin and Toby Green to start. Two fantastic seasons to start. We've also got Paul Curtis kind of as the experiment this week. He's been having a improved season and really getting himself known within that forward line of North Melbourne. Sam Darcy, don't need to explain too much if you've been paying attention to football this year. He's had a breakout start to the year. Brian Myers continuously shows that he is vital to Geelong's success, and I need him to have a good one, because if he doesn't and doesn't get involved, he becomes a kind of like a sum of everyone in that team. And then Riley Thilthorpe, quiet one last week, but has been having some fantastic games. Just about everyone in Adelaide has. If we sort by season average, you can see Thilthorpe is the top out of all those ones, but Fogarty's had a great season too. It's just more the fact that we need to catch them right when they have a good one. You can see Fogarty beat Thilthorpe last week. I just need Thilthorpe to have a good week, and he can get himself up there. Last week, only the one goal, I believe, maybe two, but he was held quiet for a lot of the game. I need him to step up. Let's check the ladder though. Ladder, what are we seeing? It's gonna take its time to load. It kind of always does. 1,498. Now this was mainly due to the fact that I had Tom Stewart in, who wasn't playing. There's probably someone in there that I haven't realized is not playing yet. I'm just ready for it. I'm ready to find out. But 1,498 is way off the fantasy round. We've got rank 173, and we need to be in the top 20. So not even close. Need improvements this week, of course. Having an extra backman will be great, but just all the choices in the game is going to be so helpful for us. Really, really helpful. Need to get into the 1,700s, I reckon, and we've got a fantastic week on our hands. Let's see how it goes, though. We can only hope and pray. Next, we're going to move into Star Powers. Now, Star Powers has been having trouble loading for me today, so let's hope that changes up. All right, here we go. This is what we've got for our Silver Star Powers. Now, again, if you guys are looking to get yourself some cheeky Silver Star Powers players, be sure to go ahead and check out my Discord. It has an entire spreadsheet with all the codes. Well, not quite all the codes, but all the codes we have currently collected for Silver Star Powers. It's got them all in there, so if you're looking for players but you don't have the cards, go into my Discord, check it out. It's a very friendly community in there. Everyone gets along. Just be sure to be respectful, like I ask anyone who joins that Discord, and get along with everyone else in there. Don't go trying to force any bad behavior or whatnot. But nonetheless, it has a Silver Star Powers spreadsheet in there, and I've gotten pretty much most of these from that. So Nick Dacos is one. Sinclair I just picked up, so I switched him out for Connor Rozee. Could be a bit of a bad decision, but with the game planning I've heard from the St Kilda fans, specifically my mate Bem, who I do a podcast with, he has said Sinclair is kind of on one and due for a breakout in this one with their defensive game plan. So I'm trusting that, and I'm hoping that it works out. Sherry is like the only good Titan I've got. So Cameron isn't the Titans Silver Star Power. It's Braden Maynard. So I'm not picking him. Marbior Chol is very on and off. Jeremy McGovern, as good as he can be, is a little injury prone and doesn't really rack up points. So it's still Sherry, despite how poor he has kind of played. We've also got Rankin, who had himself a fantastic game last week. We are going to chuck him in again. And Will Ashcroft also got himself in the high 90s. So no reason to take him out, really. I'm feeling really good with this Silver Star Powers team. And so is the ladder, because if we have a look over here, we check out the season fantasy points. Rank 27 for the season. Rank 8. There we are. There is my name. Rank 8. 543 points got us a prize card. I was very surprised to see it happen in the Silver Star Powers section, but well over 500, and it's looked really, really good for us. Very happy indeed. No matter what, whether we finish in the top 3 or not, a prize card is a prize card, and I can pick up one of them now, and I'm really, really happy about it. So, whew, it feels good to finally get one off the board. It really does. I've been waiting for a while, but here we are. Very nice. Silver Star Powers pays off. We moved to Ultra though. This is what it was looking like. I do need to change this up just a tad bit. And this is what the team is looking like. We've got Heaney Team Star Powers. Newcomb is the new Team Star Power. As you saw, we had Rosian before, but Newcomb absolutely is a great pick for double points. Sherry, we're going to keep him in. I'm kind of just hoping he has himself a good one. Jace Burgoyne has been decent and helped us out a bit last week, but at the same time, I feel like Sherry has a higher potential. Obviously, Will Ashcroft, we saw how good he was in the game last week, and Rankin was too. So I can only hope that this team can pull it off. Again, this is a top 20 game mode, so if you get in the top 20, you get a prize card. Let's have a look at the ladder. We see here, 761 last week got us rank 32. We were 12 points off. If Sherry just had himself a good game, we really could have seen some improvement, but unfortunately, it did not happen. 3,401 over the season. I just need to hope that we can get ourselves into the 800s, and by doing so, it's really good games from these three. It's really where it starts. These guys matter the most. Haney, I have no trouble expecting 100 with. Newcomb can kind of lose it to his teammates, but with Will Day being out, Newcomb could find himself having a bigger role, getting more touches. Sherry just needs to show up to his usual standard. Maybe his game plan doesn't involve him getting all those stats as much, and if that's the case, that's, I guess, good, but I need it to see wins, and I haven't seen wins yet from North, so I need Sherry to really, really pump up those numbers this week. Rankin, again, he's been getting on ball minutes, so good mosquito pick there, and same with Will Ashcroft for emerging. I feel good about this one. Didn't get us a prize card last week, but the few changes that we did, I could see some prize cards coming from it. I just needed it all to work out for me. I just needed to work out. We'll have to see how it goes. Oh man, it's always stressful with these weeks and these team coach games, but I've got hope in my team, man. I've got hope. I'm on the money, ahead of the ball, and I'm hopeful it all works out. I really am. I think I've said hopeful a lot in this video, but that's all I can be. It's all I can be with these games. And I hope you guys are very much hopeful for your teams as well, and it all goes well for you. I have put my green screen down, but I'm picking George Wardlaw. I've just got to. You can see you're about to claim George Wardlaw. I'm going to press OK. There we go. I need to get the Norths out of the way at the moment. I know that Bobby Hill will probably go quickly, and so will the Collingwood one for the other game mode top team, but I really am only caring about my team this season. I think I'm probably going to sell the other prize cards that I get this year, so if you are looking for your team and you see me pick it up, hit me up, man. I am more than keen to go ahead and pick it out. Nonetheless, though, I wanted my player, I wanted my team, so I picked up George Wardlaw. And there you have it. That is everything. You can see there, no details show up on the screen, which is great. It's the new thing for this year. Your kind of details and your postal address is embedded in the account, so it doesn't show up. You just have to click the card you want and it sends it out that way. So thank you guys again for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Everything is always very, very much appreciated, and I hope to see you all in another video very soon. Let me know how your teams are looking and how you are looking to get your prize cards. I know a lot of people in the Discord have a lot of prize cards to start the year, so very, very good on them. Much more successful than I've been so far, but hey, I've got my team. I'm very, very happy. Nonetheless, I appreciate you all tuning in. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.